Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You're listening to Confessions of an Actor, and I'm your host, Tamara Brosimova, and I am here with Miss Taylor Simone. Taylor, thank
Hi.
you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Tamara. I'm so excited for this and to give y'all my confessions because trust me, I got some confessions.
I love it. First things first, tell me about yourself.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I know you're in Georgia, so it's not like too
It's
far.
not too far, no.
Yeah. So born and raised in Orangeburg. I started modeling and acting at the age of 9. So I
Okay.
was enrolled,
Good.
in a modeling agency at the age of 9, but I was posing before then. But I was always tall for my age. So I just wanted to do something where it was with beauty and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I didn't want to do any sports and nothing, like no sweating, just wear the heels, makeup, like girls like. So I did that and I went to matriculate to another agency, became the top model there. And then I went to college to minor in theater at the University of South Carolina.
Mhm.
Um, I graduated from there, went on to become a freelance model and actress. And yeah, I'm booking all my gigs. Like I'm the whole team. It's a whole one woman team over here.
Yeah, no, that's so it's yes, that's how it is. Like you have to be like social marketer, social like do your own social marketing, like
Yes.
everything. It's yeah.
Yeah, you're your
It's
own makeup team. You see, I did my makeup stylist, hairstylist, like everything.
full.
I had to set up everything.
Yeah. And so why did you decide to, become a model, become an actor, like get yourself into the creative field?
Yeah. Again, I started modeling because I was very tall for my age, and every time like someone would bring a camera in front of me, I
Mhm.
will instantly just pose, whatever,
Yeah.
not just go, oh, get the camera out of my face. It was comfortable for me to be in front of the camera. So my parents saw that and I expressed my interest. And so they let me go ahead and develop, my modeling at a model development agency.
Mhm.
And when it comes to that as a child model, they usually at the agency pair it
Yeah.
with acting. So that's how I got into acting. It's just like a hand in hand thing. It's
Mhm.
nothing separate. So I took acting classes at the agency, and then I went on, like I said, a minor in theater at my college. Oh, I just loved it. I don't know. As I grew older for acting, I just found comfort in watching movies because it's like my way of escape,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Because I'm leaving this reality and just giving my mind a mental break and just delving into the story of the characters, just following their journey. And it's such a great way of escape for me. So it's like, why not be a part of the movie magic myself and actually
I
step out of reality and actually go into another reality? It's just so fun. It's
love
so fun.
it. Yeah. And do you remember your very first modeling gig and your very first acting gig?
Woo, okay, I gotta go back. But I'm not that old. Okay. But okay, my very first modeling gig. So it was a mixture of the two for my agency during high school. When I was in college, I got a call back to do a car commercial ad at a very
Yeah.
well-known car brand. And I didn't have any speaking lines or anything, but it was more so being a featured model, just having fun,
Yeah.
showcasing the car. So that, I believe, yes, was my first modeling gig. Now, my first acting with lines.
Mhm.
Um, it was for a pawn shop. Oh my gosh, I will never forget it. I never had a speaking role before, so I just went back to my education from my theater training and during college. So all I had to do, I submitted my headshot, my resume, and they booked me from there. And it was a pawn shop commercial. I'll never forget it.
That's awesome. And what about the first audition that you've done?
Yeah, so the first audition I did was for a major network, TV1, for a national episodic show on TV1's Fatal Attraction. I'm not sure if you heard.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes. So I submitted, I saw the casting call, submitted the audition. It was for the role of Stephanie. So the friend of the person that, died, or, whatever. I was the best friend. So I had to tell the detectives my side of the story.
Mhm.
So I was her. I believe that's season 9, episode 7. Don't quote me, but if you want to look it up, just,
Yeah.
I'm Stephanie. But yeah, it was for TV1, and that was my first national appearance.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah. So like, I like how like in Fatal Attraction, you guys actually have lines instead of so I've been on Snapped, but there's no speaking lines, but it was so weird. Like, is it weird like seeing yourself on television, or like,
oh
how
my
does
God,
it feel?
Yes, it is. Like, people be like, oh, I seen you on TV. I'm like, I'm glad you did, because I don't want to see myself. It's like, it's the truth. Like, the camera literally adds pounds to you.
Mhm.
I'm like, where did these chipmunk cheeks come from? Because I do not look like this in person, And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to look like I don't, work out or something. Like, I don't care about my health. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, who is this person? It's crazy.
What advice would you give to aspiring models and actors?
Yeah. So let me start off with a little story. So, growing up, I always aspired to be a model and actress. And I was even told by counterparts that I would never act, I would never model. I don't look like a model, different things like that. But guess what? I didn't let that discourage me. People talk, but I let my work talk more. Mm-hmm. I have a lucrative career in this. I'm doing this full time. This is how I'm paying the bills. So yes, it goes to show that, yes, I can be a model. Yes, you too can be a model and an actor, actress, So I just want to say to aspiring actors that don't get distracted or weighed down by people's 2 cents. Like, what do they know? Really? Yeah. Just keep going, keep perfecting your craft, and make sure it's still fun for you. Make sure it's still fun. Even though it is a job, when you do something that's your passion, it will never feel like work. So when I do this, I don't feel like I'm working at all. I just feel like I'm getting paid to have fun. So make sure it's something that you're still passionate about. Mm-hmm. And also, it's our job as actors, actresses, to be the storyteller, to bring a voice to the voiceless, to pull back the curtain on situations where people, need more awareness of, you know what I mean? That's our responsibility to reenact those situations. So I'll just let them know, aspiring actors know, just make sure that you're bringing justice to the role.
Yeah, I love it. What is the next project you're working on?
Oh, so currently right now I'm working on a feature film for Disney. It's filming in Georgia. Yes. My role is the Egyptian queen. I can't give the name of the project, but it's for a remake of a major film that we all know and love. And I'm just so excited. I'm
gonna guess for the rest of the day. It's gonna bug me.
Like, we're friends on Facebook, so when I'm able to post what it is, then you'll see it on there. So
cool. Yeah. I like how you respect the contract and keeping it secret, because
oh yes, it's no joke. I don't want that lawyers after me.
Yeah, no, I had a friend that was like 3 years ago. We were both like starting out in the background, and he like posted, have you seen the show The Righteous Gemstones on HBO?
Yes, that's filmed right here in South Carolina. Actually, it was filmed.
Yeah. Here. And like there was this rave scene, and he posted photos on the day after we filmed it, and like obviously it was not premiered, like nobody saw this, but he gave the whole storyline of what's going on in that scene and pictures, and I'm like, dude, take it off, like you're gonna get in trouble.
Yes.
And obviously, like Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was going to ask, did he not know, or he was just so excited to go ahead and tell his
He
audience,
was,
like,
he was super excited. Like it had Adam. Oh my God, it's not Adam Levine. It's Adam Devine. No.
yeah. Adam Levine's in it,
Yes.
and yeah.
And he really liked him, and he really liked gosh, what's
Danny
the
McBride.
yeah, Danny McBride, like all of those. And it was
Right.
like his first background gig, and everybody had to sign a contract, but I'm guessing he didn't read it, and somebody like snitched on him. It was not me.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, like somebody snitched on him, and he almost got fired, but then like people kept defending him, and he got back to it. So it's like learned his lesson. Like Perry, don't do that. God damn it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because word gets around in this industry so fast, and then that can stop your next opportunity because word of mouth already traveled before you even had the chance.
Yeah, exactly.
To go forward with that. So yeah.
How is it like? How's the acting community in Orangeburg? Is there like a
to be honest, I wouldn't know because I always travel for my gigs. I really it's so the Hollywood in South Carolina is Charleston, right? Righteous Gemstones was filmed there. Halloween was filmed there, the new one.
OBX.
Naked with Marlon Wayans, a ton of films, right? So I just know Charleston is very tight knit when it comes to filming and modeling. So I usually go there. I go to Atlanta. That's where this Disney film is filming in Atlanta, part of it. I go to North Carolina, Tennessee, like really in the Southeast region, but I wouldn't, I don't really come across that many people in Orangeburg that's, in the industry, and it's unfortunate. It really is. But, that's why one of my purposes for acting is to show some representation, like even actors, actresses from small town communities, we can still, make a name for ourselves in this industry.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter where you start, but where you see yourself going, all in all. Really.
Yeah. Where'd you like to travel the most out of these?
That is a great question. I would say I like to travel to Atlanta.
Yeah.
The most, because that Atlanta is like the number 2, if not number 1, I believe number 2 in the film industry in the United States behind Los Angeles. Oh my gosh, there's so many opportunities. There should be no reason why someone should be out of work in Atlanta in the film industry. It's like so many films are just coming here in Atlanta, but I love it. It feels like a mini vacation for me when I go to Atlanta.
Move there. Is it?
That's what, oh my goodness, Tamara, that's what everyone is telling me, to move to Atlanta. But I don't know. It's like, I'm not going to lie. Atlanta is off the chain.
I know. I was going to move there myself, but I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I'm just going to live like a few hours away and like self-tape from here and not deal with traffic. And I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the traffic. Don't get me started. I mean, I handle it, but they're not playing games down there.
No.
They are not playing games. But yeah, everyone tells me to move there. And it makes sense. But I don't feel excited like that to move. Like I'll travel there for work. Don't get me wrong. But for me to actually live there.
Yeah.
Maybe I could live on the outskirts or something.
It's cheaper. It's better.
Yeah.
Away from crazy people.
That part.
See, you answered all the questions that I had. Confession time. Okay.
Oh, I mean, oh my gosh. So much stuff happens behind the scenes. It is so crazy. I don't even know if I should even spill the beans. I mean, stuff that happens in the world, right? But the same stuff that happens behind the scenes. You got your cast and crew that could be messing around with each other. There could be illegal drugs on set, all kind of stuff. I'm telling you, it is crazy. It is crazy. But I don't think I'm going to go deep into that. But I'm trying to think of a memorable experience on set though. Oh, well, even starting as background, I came across a ton of celebrities actually. Those being Jessica Biel, Justin Timberlake's wife,
Ah, mhm.
Marlon Wayans, Brendan Gleeson, I
Oh
acted
yeah.
with Danny McBride in a
Yeah.
commercial. What else? Harrison Knight. He's a native of Orangeburg, South Carolina, actually. And with on the inspectors that was filmed in Charleston, he was on the cast, right? And
Yeah.
so I was an extra. I was just starting off, just wanted to get my foot in the door.
Mhm.
Learn the set language, all that, make connections, right? So he actually took the time to sit with me and get to know me, and just, I asked him questions about like, how did you get started in the industry, any advice, and we chatted it up. And I was just so appreciative of that, because usually casts, those that are part of the main cast, don't really conversate that much with extras.
Right.
It's like background gets treated like human
Like
furniture, like they're just props, they're like humans, and that is sad. you know
it is.
but he actually took the time to speak with me and give me advice, and that was so like heartwarming to me, especially somebody that came from my hometown, Orangeburg,
Yeah.
South Carolina. And it shows me that I can do this too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, just seeing a bunch of celebrities, it was awesome. On set, they feed you mad crazy.
Yes.
And I'm a foodie. I love my snacks. They feed you great meals. I'm not talking about just like McDonald's or nothing. I'm talking about like 5-star meals. It is awesome. I love it. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of another. Again, like I said, behind the scenes can be crazy. You have your illegal drugs, people messing around. I had some people try to holler at me. I'm just like, I just came to work, okay?
Yeah.
I did not come into no relationship, all that. I try to keep it professional, because this is my work at the end of the day, and I don't want any word of mouth spreading like, oh, when she comes on set, this is what happens. No, when they say I come on set, they're going to say she's professional, she gives quality work, and we're going to keep it moving.
Yeah. Like when I started as an extra, I just remember like people complain about food, and like I was like, I had less than $100 in my bank account. I'm like, what are you complaining about? Like you literally have to go, like you can read a book between, like you don't have to, serve tables or like deal with mean people. You're just, yeah. And I'm just so mad that people don't really appreciate it. And
right, like they complain about the long hours, and that's how you can tell the difference of those who are passionate about it and those that's just doing it just for the sake of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why are you here? Like, don't kill my vibe, right?
Oh my God. I keep seeing like the same extras with which I used to be with, and like they still complain. They're still in that same town. They're still doing the same thing, and
oh my gosh,
it's funny.
It's funny and it's sad. Like, okay, maybe it's time for a career change.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's so crazy.
Nope. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, do you have any confessions, any crazy stories yourself? Like, I'm interested in hearing, like.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's crazy. I know so many, probably, or maybe not.
Oh no, the one that I do remember, I was on set of The Glorious. It was filming here in Savannah with Julia Moore and
okay.
Alicia Vinca. She played Tomb Raider, the new one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know he's
And
okay,
I remember it was my first day being there. I did not know anybody. Like I was kind of all by myself, and they had to take off everybody's makeup because it were the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And I was so insecure. Like I look like Cher I sent picture to my mom. She's like, oh, you look great. You look like a kid. I'm like, no, I look like I haven't slept in 3 days. I look like shit. So I'm like, I tried sneaking like my makeup and doing underliner. And this makeup dude, I don't know, he was like part of the crew. I think he was makeup or costumes, but he's like, hey, what are you doing? Get over here. And he like almost like led me to tears. And the makeup artist, she was like super nice, and she was like, honey, I'm sorry, like
oh my gosh.
I just have to do my job. I'm sorry, I have to take it off. But that was my crazy story. And I was about to walk out, but I really needed the money because times were tough.
Yeah.
So I kind of put up with it. And he kind of apologized in front of other people, but he didn't really. So
so he didn't.
He didn't know. But next time, if I'm gonna see him, I'm like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, now I'm gonna yell at you. Bitch.
Right.
No. But
that's crazy. Like, it seems like everything is more intense on set. It's like people think they can get away with disrespecting people.
I know.
Like, no, it's so crazy. Since you're in the entertainment and we're in the entertainment industry, that does not mean you can just get away with doing all kind of stuff. I know. Well, I mean, I guess that's what they think, but it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. And
it shouldn't be. Yeah, it's crazy.
But on a positive note, there was this so on the Righteous Gemstones, after we did like the rave scene, we were on that set for, I think it was 12 or 14 hours. And then some of us had to go for, I'm gonna go from the beginning. So we had a call time for the Righteous Gemstones at 2 p.m. and we finished filming at 4:30 a.m. Yep. And then some of us decided, hey, they're filming Mr. Mercedes at 6 a.m. call time. Let's go do that.
Dedication. I love it.
And I think like 10 of us went out of 300 that were on the set of TRG. And I remember I slept. They set up like the tent. I'm like, okay, I'm out, bam. And then the other people, they were, doing extra stuff and like protesting and whatnot. And I just remember seeing one of the guys. He was supposed to walk across the road back and forth for like 6 times. I could just tell he was like a zombie. He just kind of stared off into the distance. We're like, hey, dude, you okay? Are you with us? Are you on another planet? And
oh my gosh, that's not that scene. Oh goodness. It really does be like that. Like, you gotta, and that you are a trooper. You and those other like 9 people or 10 people, y'all are troopers. Because oh my gosh, I remember going when I first filmed for the Disney feature film. I was assisting with crew beforehand with a National Geographic series, and then I had to go straight out of the state to go film the first day. Right, I was so tired, but as soon as I got on that set, like all that went away. It's just that just goes to show that you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll get up early. I'll do it late. It doesn't matter. Like, this is my passion. Does not matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And also when you said something about share, I remember recently I did a short student film, which was one of my favorite experiences, on set ever. Not one of the big ones, but the student film, because this was back at my alma mater at USC, and just supporting them. They transformed me into a elderly lady. I was playing a grandma.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. Like, I even had to go in public because we shot at different locations, and people just looking at me and staring at me, and I'm just walking down the street, bobbing, just being silly. People just staring at me. And oh my gosh, one of the crew members, I was just waiting downstairs. One of the crew members came off the elevator. He was like, "Oh, who's this old lady?" Like, he forgot. Like, I looked like somebody told me to. It was just so funny. Like, I don't know, that was a very great experience for me. So yeah, when you said share, that just reminded me of that, like the transformation.
Yeah. Oh, those experiences. Gosh. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't have any more questions. Would you like to add something? Or,
Yeah, if anybody is interested in working with me or collaborating with me, you can go and email me at booktaylor, so that's TAYLORE, Simone, SIMONE @gmail.com. Or you can find me on Facebook at Taylor Simone or Instagram at Miss MISS Taylor Simone. Like, reach out, we can support each other.
Yes, because actors supposed to support each other instead of the other way around.
Right, exactly. There's room enough for all of us.
Yes. Well, cool. Thank you so much, Taylor, for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate this. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, this is helping more than you know. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. And well, same to you. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye.